Joining us live on the broadcast at the end of day 4 of the Melbourne Test match is Sunil Gavaskar. Sahi first let's look back at this day. Pretty confused at the moment. Has it been India's day or not? Because at one time it looked like they could dismiss Australia for 130, 140 odd, but now they've gone past 200. Lead is in excess of 300. Overall, would you say this was India's day or was it a missed opportunity?
I think it was a missed opportunity because till tea time, certainly it was India's day. And after tea time, commenced Lyon and Boland really frustrated the Indian bowlers. And at the end of the day, having got a lead of 333, does make it a little difficult for India to win this game.
Where does this game stand at the moment, Saima? You reckon, is it out of India's hand or no? They could even think of a win now. Do you think that's a possibility for India to be looking at?
Look, I think if we go back to what happened in 2021, we chased down 329 on the last day at the Gabba. Yeah. So it's possible. We've got to get off to a good start, a flying start. We get off to a start like Virender Sehwag did. Then, we have a situation where straight away, we get off to a start and then, consolidate in the middle. And we can go on to win as well. But the start is going to be very, very crucial.
You reckon those, last 4 wickets have already gotten, I think, close to 120 plus runs. That's really put India on the back foot?
Definitely, definitely. Because exactly, even if half of those runs were saved and Australia had been dismissed for 60 runs less, we're talking about chasing 260, 270. And plus also we would have started to bat at the end of the day's play today. Maybe we would have batted for an hour and got maybe 30, 40 for hopefully no loss. So, I mean, these are the ifs and buts of the game. But we'll just have to concentrate and hope that the last wicket India takes very quickly, because I don't think Australia is now going to say that we are going to declare so soon, because right now they would want to make sure that they bat India out of the game. If they bat India out of the game, then they can put attacking fielders to try and win the game.
Saima, I'm just looking at the entire test match. Now, remember, this test match started where, Australia piled on close to 500 runs. Then Indian top order didn't have a good start. From that position, that hopeless position, to now we're even discussing about an India victory or possibility of an India win. Does that tell you the giant strides that India has made in a sort of a comeback in this game?
Definitely, yes. I think, you're absolutely right. With the way Australia batted, took advantage of winning the toss. And then after having rocked India, for India to come back at the way they did and concede a lead of just about 105. Earlier on, at one stage, it looked like India might concede a lead of 250, 260. So that certainly is a big win as far as, the morale of the team is concerned. And today you could see that when we started to bowl, because the team was energized with what had happened yesterday. And they really bowled well. Sadly, it's just one of those days when, some of the close things didn't go our way. It was a very hot day, so it wasn't easy on our fast bowlers as well. And then I think Akashdeep got a bit injured. So again, to juggle the bowlers was a bit difficult. And we did not have, apart from Jadeja, we did not really have a top-class spinner who could keep it quiet and also get you wickets.
So we've spoken at length on previous occasions as well about Jasprit Bumrah and his art of bowling and how well he bowls. Do you reckon one of the underappreciated aspect about Jasprit Bumrah's game is his horseman-like, work rate, where he bowled, I think, 8 different spells today, already bowled more than 50 overs in this particular test match, has been playing non-stop test cricket, just tells you his commitment towards his team?
Oh, absolutely. I think fast bowling is probably the most difficult of cricketing arts. And to be able to do that and bowl so many overs right throughout the series just tells you how dedicated he is to Indian cricket. So clearly, yes, just the fact that, he's a very genial fast bowler. I mean, that's a rare breed. Very few fast bowlers are genial. So, just to have that just actually tells you, maybe that's the reason why he's probably underrated, doesn't quite get the appreciation. But he's been fantastic.
Saima, here's a philosophical question for you. Where would Indian cricket be at the moment without Jasprit Bumrah?
Good question, because, you've seen that there is no support for him. So, poor chap has to, shoulder the burden totally. Siraj bowled well today, but otherwise, he's literally fighting a lone battle with the ball for India.
Hmm. I did, Saibai, see pictures of you today meeting Nitish Reddy's father. I did see you choke a bit, get a bit emotional. Tell us about that. What really happened that made you so emotional?
I think it's such a feel good story, isn't it? Here is the young man um, who's come uh, from humble beginnings, and his father makes the sacrifice of making sure that his son gets to play cricket, and so therefore the transfer order that he had, and I'm just hearing from different people the transfer order he had, where he would have had to leave his hometown of Visakhapatnam and go to, I think, in Rajasthan, meant that his son, who was only 12 years old at that stage, that he would not be able to play cricket. And so he gave up the job and decided to make sure that his son got, all the opportunities. That itself is such a, heart-touching story. So that is what made me emotional as well. Uh, when he got that 100 yesterday, the way he fought, the way he assessed the situation, the way his technique was so good, the way he was swaying away from the bouncer, the way he was using his feet to the spinners, the way he was leaving the ball outside the off stump, everything showed a very good cricketing head on his shoulders. And also the appreciation, whereby he was not concerned about his personal landmark, but looking to, he could have got 100, at least maybe 3 or 4 overs earlier. But he didn't take any of those singles because he wanted to make sure that he farmed the strike, he retained the strike, so that India could also get closer to the Australia total, as also take valuable time away.
Same, I wonder, I also did see his father touch your feet. I wonder if you had any piece of advice for the family or for Nitish as such.
No, I think that was for me also very touching. The show of love and affection that the whole family showed. That was very touching. It was what can I say? I mean, I'm just blessed to have had this kind of affection and love from them. Um, so there was very little to say to them, accepting. I just said God bless to them because. Uh, I mean, they have done everything now, and now it's up to Nitish to keep up that same attitude and to make sure that he goes on to play a long time, maybe 15, 16, 20 years for India.
So my next few questions on what should India be doing now. Looking at a 300 plus sort of a target will be there for India to be chasing. What should be India's game plan in an attempt to be chasing down that target? Who should be the batters? What is the way that they should be batting, you reckon? If they were to sit for a team meeting today, what are those key points that they should discuss about?
Well, the key point really is not to think too far ahead about the 330, whatever target is set for them. They need to break it down in not just sessions, but intervals like drinks interval. That at drinks interval will be so much, at the lunch interval will be so much, at the first drinks interval after lunch, how much. Then so by hour they should plan it by the hour rather than by the session, and see where they are and assess the situation from there.
Okay, that's how the Indian batters have to approach. Crucial knock coming up for Rohit Sharma, you reckon?
Yeah, I think because this is such a situation where he can actually give the team a fabulous start, just like Virender Sehwag did in that chase in 2008 against England when India chased down 387 in a day. So clearly, I think not in a day. Viru gave the start the previous evening, but he made it easy for the Indian batters the next day. So clearly, yes, I think a good start, like I said, would be absolutely a godsend.
Finally, Saima, we heard Jasprit Bumrah, tell the umpire about Manas Labuschagne, the luckiest batter that I've ever seen, referring to the plays and misses. I just want to ask you, what do you make of, luck in cricket, batsmanship and luck? What is the relation between them?
Plenty of relations. You need a bit of luck in everything, but basically, as a batter, you need a bit of luck because as a batter, more often than not, you make the first mistake and you're back in the pavilion. But sometimes, if you're lucky, then you can get dropped, or the decision could go your way, or when you're bowled, like we saw towards the end, it could be a no ball, something like that. So luck is a very very important part. We saw that in the Gabba game where Smith dropped Rahul of the first ball, and then Rahul's added, I think, 50 more runs. But more importantly, kept Australia on the field for that much longer. So luck is definitely an important part. And ask me, because in my first innings in Test cricket, Gary Sobers dropped a catch exactly like Steve Smith did drop the KL Rahul. Now, I mean, Steve Smith is approaching almost 200 catches in Test cricket. Gary Sobers was the greatest cricketer. So, you need a bit of luck, definitely,
Mm.
or maybe more than a bit of luck.